Dragonball Super Broly. I think I'd rather call this movie the refixing movie. Well, thanks to this film, it did fix a couple of major problems that came from Dragonball Z Movie Number 8, Broly the Legendary Super Saiyan. Well, anyway, hi ladies and dudes, and welcome back for another movie review. And I made a promise for all of you that I will do my movie review of Dragonball Super Broly. And I mean, I am so darn happy that I finally found this movie in the English dub. And I really want to thank this YouTuber, whoever he is. He did upload the English dub of this movie. And yes, ladies and dudes, I will tell you the truth right now about this film. It is a very darn good movie to watch. And I need to tell you the truth right now about this film. I did put it on my top 8 movies of 2018. And I did put it at the number 5 spot. Well, if you don't believe me, I'll go ahead and leave a link down below so you could check out my top 8 list of the movies that I did see in the year of 2018. Well, I did see the Japanese dub first before I did see the English dub. I know. I guess all of you are waiting for me to do this movie review. Okay, I'll do it right now. Alright? So, let's head on to my movie review of Dragonball Super Broly. Well, to tell you the truth is, ladies and dudes, about that storyline, it's gonna be really way too hard to explain. All I could say about the main plot of the story, like I said, it's a refixing movie of Dragonball Z Movie Number 8, Broly the Legendary Super Saiyan. It's all up to Goku and Vegeta once again to face a brand new Saiyan that they have never seen before. A Saiyan who got exiled by their own home planet called Planet Vegeta. And this Saiyan is going to be one of the most strongest Saiyans in the whole entire universe. And that Saiyan's name is Broly. So anyway, that's all I could say about the main plot of the story. And like I said about this film, I frickin' love it. This is a very good Dragon Ball movie. I mean, this movie really did blew me away from start to finish. And I'm glad that Kira Toriyama, I hope I got that dude's name right. Thanks to this guy, he really did fix a couple of major problems that came from Dragonball Z Movie Number 8, Broly the Legendary Super Saiyan. I mean, he fixed a couple of major problems here and there from a previous movie. I know everybody said it's a remake movie, but I will say it's a refixing movie. This movie is a miracle. Big time. I will say it had a very good storyline for the most part. The characters are likable except for Frieza. I love the animation style between the 80s look and the 90s look. And I freaking love that score. That score is the most epic thing I ever heard in movie history. And I also fell in love with that theme song from this young man I never heard of before who sings Blizzard. I love that song. That was a pure epic song, and I really want this song to be nominated for Best Original Song instead of whatever that song that came from Star is Born. Blech. And also, I freaking love the voice cast for both the Japanese and the English dub. And also, this movie has some good, interesting, fun facts that you did not know about this movie. Yeah, something that I noticed right away. Okay, ladies and dudes, let's head on to the strongest points and the weakest points of this movie. Okay, for my main strongest points about Dragon Ball Super Broly, has to go in a tie. Just a tie between one of the most beautiful epic scores that I ever heard in movie history and also that epic theme song called Blizzard. Let's go on to the score first. I freaking love it. I love this score! Whoever made that score did one heck of a good job. I freaking love this score from start to finish. I mean, this score is pure epicness. It's very darn rare. And it has a beautiful epic feel to the movie. I mean, this score really did blow me away. It just blew me away from start to finish. And as for this score, it's way too hard for me to... Which one of the scores I like the best? Maybe I like the score that has, Broly versus Kakarot, or is it Broly versus Gogeta, or is it, Bardock's demise, or the main beginning of the story, or Broly's theme? Way too hard for me to pick. Way too hard for me to pick. I'll have to go back and re-listen to the soundtrack again and see which one of the scores that I truly love the best. So yeah, the first strongest point of the movie is the score. And the second strongest point of the movie is that theme song called Blizzard. I freaking love this song to death. I think I like the Japanese dub better than the English dub. I know that guy works so hard to sing the song in English. Sometimes I can barely hear him what he is saying when he's singing the song in English. But I think him and the song in the Japanese dub is a whole lot better. And boy, that song really did blow me away. I love this song from start to finish. And it has one of the most beautiful epic feels that I ever heard in movie history. Maybe one day I will do my top 10 most favorite theme songs in a movie. But it's way too hard for me to pick right now. I got a couple of them that might fit well on the list, but it's way too hard for me to pick. So, I will say my two best, strongest points of the movie is the beautiful epic score and the theme song called Blizzard. And to tell you the truth is, ladies and dudes, yes, I will admit it does have a few weak points. I'm sorry to say. And to tell you the truth is, there is a weak point that I found somewhere around at the near middle end part and also close to the near end of the movie, and it has something to do with the three characters. Well, I could say for the characters, some of them are useful, but some of them are useless. And there's one character who's pointless. I'm sorry, ladies and dudes, I can't do my weak point here because it's a spoil-free one. But I will tell you this major weak point that came from somewhere around the beginning and close to the near beginning middle of the film. But don't get me wrong, I do enjoy the main beginning of this movie. And that is, I wish we could get to know more of the Saiyan storyline. I want to see more storyline that feature these Saiyans. And there's a couple of parts here and there that's pretty darn missing to the story. I want to get to know what happened to Bardock's friends that came from Bardock the father of Goku. I wish we could see Vegeta's mother in this movie, and also Vegeta's little brother. And I want to get to know a little bit more histories about the Saiyan race. So there's a couple of parts here and there that's missing from the Saiyan storyline. I want to see like an extra 10 or 15 minutes of the Saiyan storyline. You know, try to make it a little bit longer than before. And yes, there's an interesting fun fact that you did not know about this movie, that Akira Toriyama did make a 300, no, not 300, that's too much, but 3 hours. He made a 3-hour storyline, and he decided to cut it off for only 100 minutes. If there's ever going to be an extended cut about this movie, I really want to see it. So badly. Maybe he should have added a few more parts of the film. Even with the Saiyan storyline, I want to get to know a little bit more of the Saiyan storyline. So yep, I will say getting to know more of the Saiyan storyline will be one of the main weak points of the movie. And like I said about the main weak point that came from somewhere around dab at the near end part and somewhere around the near end of the movie, it features spoiler alerts. So I gotta keep it non-spoil as soon as I can. And now, let's go on to the characters. Alright, ladies and dudes, let's head on to Broly. The other Broly that we have never got to know yet in the Dragonball Super franchise. And the good news is, ladies and dudes, he's finally a canon character at long last. And thanks to Akira Toriyama, he finally fixed all the major problems that came from Dragonball Z Movie Number 8 Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan. This guy, he's the best. Yes, Broly deserves to be a very good, interesting character, and truly one of the best parts about this movie. I will say he had a very good storyline. He has a great personality, great attitude. He's not all that bad as we think he should be or something like that. He's very kind, very sweet, and yet very misunderstood. And we should all feel so darn sorry for this guy. He had a very, very bad, terrible life. And we will never forgive for what his daddy had done to him. Even controlling him that came from in the neck. Yep, he is very, very misunderstood. And I'm glad that Broly got a few friends on his side. You know, a couple of Frieza's hench people that he can finally trust. You know, the ones who are very darn friendly to him. Yep, this is a very nice touch to the film, and I'm glad we finally got to know this character at long last in movie history. So, I got nothing to say about Broly. Broly is a very good character overall, and I hope and pray we will see him again in the later on future. Yeah, a little bit of a spoiler, but I don't want to tell you what happened to him at the end of the film, okay? And now, let's head on to my final thoughts of Dragonball Super Broly. Overall, Dragonball Super Broly is one of the best refixing movies that we have ever seen so far in movie history. It had a good storyline, very likable character except for Frieza, good animation, good score, good theme song, and I hope and pray we can have more refixing movies to come in the later on future. So, for my biggest rating for this film, I decided to give it an 8.9 out of 10. Like I said, it does have a few major problems, but overall, it's still a good movie to watch. And that is my whole entire movie review of Dragonball Super Broly. And I hope and pray I will do more movie reviews coming really soon in the main future. So, that is it for now. So, I'll see you guys later, and sayonara!